We are 22S Radio. 22S Radio is 22smedia.com and 88.1 FM, KKJZ HD3, Long Beach, Los Angeles.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and now, our World Broadcasting Tag Team Champions of the World and a Cruiserweight Champion.
I'm Ethan.
I'm James.
I'm Rob.
And this is episode 165 of Beyond the Ropes. We are BTR Pro Wrestling Talk. Let's kick it off by acknowledging our tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Look at Rob on the right side of history. James, do you have anything to say? There's a radio show, sir. They can't see your finger.
Oh yeah. No, I do not.
I see. Well, you can follow me.
I forgot this is a radio show.
You can follow me on Twitter at EthanM85. You can follow James if you must at
if you must, then you will at JHW Reporter.
And you can find Rob at
Rob Flores Media, and don't forget the R2 at the ends for Ethan.
He escaped from Austin Theory this week. He didn't want to wrestle him. Coward.
Is Austin Theory the new big heel in WWE?
He's a young upstart heel, yeah.
Yeah.
Taking selfies with everyone, so.
The red meat baby face.
I guess so. You can find us also at Real BTR Radio on Twitter and Facebook.com/Beyond the Ropes, as well as YouTube. Just search up Beyond the Ropes, and you'll find what's going to be 164 episodes currently uploaded to YouTube. Let's talk about it. December 10th. It's happening Friday, December 10th. Friday Night SmackDown is coming to Los Angeles, ladies and gentlemen. The Staples Center. We're gonna get all our tickets, right? We're gonna head on over to the Staples Center. We're gonna go acknowledge our tribal chief, right, guys?
On Friday?
Mm-hmm.
No. I would, but that's high school football. And that's the day before a game, a UCLA game.
High school football, sir.
I gotta pay the bills.
People don't watch high school football.
I gotta pay for data to do the show and stuff.
Nobody watches high school football, sir.
Oh. No, they don't. They look for my coverage and they follow it on Twitter.
Oh dear, if you say so.
I'm a man of the people.
I don't know. If you were, you'd...
Look, listen. Don't interrupt. Look, this is why you watch the YouTube channel, because if you watch the YouTube channel, then you would see all the places that I take you guys week after week. Last week I had you at my house. This week I have you at UCLA. I just got done eating fries and shared fries with you guys. Only the best for you guys. I'm a man of the people, Ethan. Why don't you acknowledge me?
You see where I'm at, James? I'm hanging out with the tribal chief, the bloodline over here, in his private dressing room.
Imagine? Yeah, you're about to get jumped or something.
No, look at that. We're all posing.
Wait a minute. Where's Paul Heyman at?
We're going to talk about Paul Heyman.
What happened to Paul Heyman?
We'll find out after Crown Jewel, which we'll talk about in the next episode.
Wow. Paul Heyman just kaput. You know who I do want to talk about?
Who do you want to talk about?
Apparently he's in Saudi Arabia. Apparently he's getting hype and buck wild with the man, the myth, the legend, Pitbull. Apparently.
It's Kane, right?
No, the Undertaker.
No.
Were you not aware? Like,
I was aware. I saw the introduction.
I haven't really looked at it, but I'll probably watch it during the break.
He's got his gear on.
I know he has his gear on. I saw that, and I'm just
he's gonna win that King of the Ring tournament.
I mean, he has to. I mean, he's in Saudi Arabia, and so is Crown Jewel, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he was not scheduled for a match.
Well, no, he's retired, technically.
Right. But why do you go to Saudi Arabia just to go to Saudi Arabia? I mean, you don't go to Saudi Arabia just to introduce Pitbull.
They paid him the big bucks.
Maybe he just shows up, he chokeslams someone. Yeah, I agree with Rob. You just tombstone good old Goldberg, whatever.
No,
You
he
take
and
down
Goldberg
his
are gonna
son.
team up.
You take no, and then you get Kate. What is his name? Case Goldberg,
Gage.
Gage,
How dare
whatever. You get him and you tombstone him right there, center of the ring. You pin him. 1, 2, 3. End of his high school football career, and then no one will really watch high school football anymore.
Well, people will watch Gage.
No, they won't.
I don't even know what
Do you-
football team he played.
Do you think? Yeah. Do you think he's putting butts in the seats? I don't think so.
I think he is.
He
He's
probably
probably the
doesn't
star.
even play.
He does,
No, he
sir.
probably doesn't even play.
I think Goldberg's a coach or something.
Figures. What kind of great coach he is running around in his underwear?
He's got to make that bread.
Yeah, I mean, he's making his bread, but he's also putting a concussion with the door banging he's doing.
We're past that. That was a couple of years ago, right?
That was the last time he's had a match, Ethan.
No. No.
I mean, no, that's not technically true, but they're so far in between. I mean,
He wrestled earlier this year twice.
against who?
Drew McIntyre and Lashley.
That was this year.
Yes.
All right.
It's been a long
How
year.
many matches Gage Goldberg? What is his name?
Gage.
Gage?
Yeah.
Gage. What kind of matches is he at?
We're about to find out tomorrow.
I think
the real life Halloween Havoc.
I think Nicholas still hasn't beaten the under 18 division.
Nicholas is still undefeated, so
Yes, he is.
I don't know. He's kind of disappeared, so I don't know what he's up to.
I mean, he's retired like the Undertaker too. He's gonna be on Pit. He's gonna introduce Pitbull in the second show. Or he probably did the matinee show. I don't know.
That's his bedtime.
Well, that's why he does the matinee, so he gets there early. So he does the early show, so he can still make it for bedtime. Because you know damn well Nicholas doesn't have baseball practice. I mean, football practice.
Maybe he does. Maybe he does.
Maybe he does. Maybe he'll pop
He's a
up in the
two-sport
Dodgers
athlete.
lineup here. He
He's a
might be in the
two-sport-
Dodgers lineup. They're gonna need all the help they can get.
Are they losing?
They were. They almost blew it yesterday, and the series is 2-1. Anyways, this is a wrestling podcast. We talked about your guy Roman Reigns a little bit, but apparently there's someone else that's worth acknowledging nowadays, and that's Miss Ruby Soho in the match she had against who?
Exactly.
Do you know who it was?
No. No one does.
Everyone. So I go on Twitter and I see this whole acknowledge her thing, and I'm like, oh no, what happened? Or what's the deal? And I'm like, it sounds like the Roman Reigns thing. Sure enough, it was. Apparently, and I don't even think they beat Roman Reigns in the ratings. I think they
No.
just got close. And that was more than enough for them to run with it, right?
Of course. Anything they can do.
But so, and the thing I didn't care for much about it was a contract signing.
Mhm.
They were comparing that match to a contract signing.
By the
And
way,
to be fair,
that contract
Go
signing was probably the best thing all weekend.
really, I think I heard the breakdown of Jimmy Cornette. I think I listened to him and do the breakdown on it. And so just to recap that real quick, because we didn't talk about that, right?
No.
So
go ahead.
No, go ahead. If you probably watched it. I just heard from Jim
I watched
Cornette.
it live. Roman came out with Paul Heyman, of course. Brock came out. Heyman reviewed the contract, told Roman. He counseled Roman, as he is the special counsel to the tribal chief, of course. He basically said everything in the contract is everything that you asked for, of course. I'm sure Roman making a lot of money, of course.
There's a loophole there. Yeah,
there might be a loophole there somewhere.
Sounds like a loophole in there.
Like when I heard that, I was like, interesting. What kind of stipulation is there? But anyways, It's handed to Brock, and Brock signs it without looking at it.
Because he's a speed reader.
Apparently,
He was reading at an 11th grade level in 2nd grade, right?
No, really.
Why are you shocked? You don't think Brock was reading at an 11th grade level in 2nd grade?
I don't think Brock could read past 2nd grade level. To be honest with you. Don't tell him I said that.
I'm not. He's gonna beat you up. Brock, his name is Ethan Ortiz.
No.
ETHANOTRIZ. This show's off the rails.
All right. But
anyways, so no, yeah, go ahead. You did finish the thought there.
Roman calls him a dummy. Basically, says you're a dumb farmer.
Not a dummy.
Well, he used another word I can't say on the air.
Big dummy.
Sure, let's go with that. Okay. And then he called him a dumb farmer. He said, "You didn't even read the contract." Brock starts laughing and says, "I read the contract earlier today with my advocate, Paul Heyman." Walks out of the ring. Roman and Heyman look shocked, and that's it. It ends with the huge plot twist. So I don't know.
So I mean, to me, it's like the edge has it's in favor of Brock at this point, right? Because I mean, Brock knows that Heyman's gonna do whatever with Roman, but it didn't seem like Roman knew about Heyman again being with Lesnar or doing anything with Lesnar. And I mean, was there any sort of denial from Heyman?
No, it ended. That's how the show ended. He hasn't said anything about it on social media, so he's just promoting the match. So
you know what? You guys may not get the reference or whatever, maybe you will, but Paul Heyman is pretty much the Don King of wrestling. Don King's the promoter for Mike Tyson, who kind of screwed him out of a lot of money, I believe.
Nice.
Anyways, what would you say, Rob? Secret stipulation? No, but
there might have. I don't know. Probably not.
I
But
just
who
like.
knows?
I mean, what kind of stipulation do you add for that kind of match with those guys? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, they don't need weapons. They got their right and left hand. Like, I don't know. I don't think this match is gonna need weapons, but maybe they go and have a Punjabi prison match.
You and this Punjabi prison match. Sorry.
Hey, if it's gonna happen, this is the place it's gonna happen.
Okay, so
If it
they already
didn't
have a
happen
Hell in
here,
a Cell. They should have had
still,
Rollins Edge at the Punjabi prison.
they have it in the Punjab prison, whatever. I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm gonna do later tonight? When I lay down for bed and I get ready to call it a night, I'm gonna look up what a Punjabi prison is. Maybe a good thing and maybe a bad thing.
It's gonna be the real life Halloween Havoc. The real life Halloween Havoc.
It's gonna be something though, but that's what's in the queue for me on YouTube today. Did you have anything else? I think we still have a few minutes here on this segment.
Yeah. Earlier today, an interview was put out via, I believe, wrestling podcast. Wrestling is called on YouTube. Had MJF on it, and he had a few interesting things to say. He acknowledged his tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Sir, see that?
I heard I'm assuming that was only a response to some of Roman's comments not that long ago, right?
I don't remember Roman said anything about him, but potentially.
Roman said something about AEW in general, something along the lines of something about a club, or he'd throw people out of a club, throw the AEW people out of a club or something.
Really?
Yeah, there was something like that, and some of the AEW dudes stick around. Jericho even said, "Oh, I wonder if acknowledge her." And
Oh,
I think
yeah, I saw that tweet. I was like, what does that mean?
Soho, yeah.
No. But this is what MJF had to say. I think Roman Reigns is a hell of a performer. He really is. He really is. I think he's absolutely incredible. And then a bit of a backhanded compliment here. I'll mention it. I guess it's a full quote. Am I better than him on the mic and in the ring? Sure. But I'm not gonna go out of my way and talk bad about him because I respect him. I respect what he does. So that's, I mean, MJF never says anything nice. He never says anything nice about anyone. So.
And that's almost the most heelish thing ever is knowing that. Yeah, like it's kind of like, really? So that's kind of interesting. The white meat baby face MJF coming after big bad Roman Reigns.
Oh my God.
Who would have thought? I mean, at least they like kind of acknowledge each other. I mean, maybe WCW and WWE did back in the day, but it was like maybe if it was on local radio, if anything, so no one would really kind of hear it or something. I don't know. But I don't know. It's just kind of interesting. Wasn't expecting to wake up to that.
Absolutely. Do you have any numbers for SmackDown, since we kind of briefly mentioned those numbers are?
Yeah, so we'll just
it was on FS1 this week, so a different channel.
Mm-hmm. SmackDown was on FS1 this week, obviously with the MLB playoffs, baseball playoffs, and everything else going on, as we kind of mentioned earlier. Basketball season starting up. Not that matters for SmackDown here, but SmackDown was 866,000 viewers, and I believe they went head to head, or at least were running the same day as AEW Rampage
for the last half hour. Not Revenge. Not
Revenge, not Velocity, not Nitro.
Thunder.
I don't know why you always get them confused, Ethan. Anyway,
Thunder.
Yeah, AEW Rampage had 578,000.
They've been going down.
Their Friday night show. It has been going down, but again, so was SmackDown. But again, they did move. They were on a different channel, but still not bad. Anyways, so those are kind of the numbers. We can get into the other ones a little bit later on in the show. We kind of wind down for a break, but when we do come back on the other side of this commercial break, we're going to talk about Hacksaw Jim Duggan. We're going to talk about Rhea Ripley and what she's kind of doing to get through some of these live shows, and I don't know. We'll tell some other funny jokes, and
we've got Halloween Havoc coming up. Should be an
interesting show. The real Halloween Havoc?
The real Halloween Havoc, not the Crown Jewel one, but yeah, okay. NXT Halloween Havoc. We'll give our predictions for that one.
And we'll mention Braun Breaker just for the sake of mentioning Braun Breaker.
And we'll mention the host. Say it with me, James. We'll say it after the break. Right here on Beyond the Ropes. We are 22S Radio. 22S Radio is 22smedia.com and 88.1 FM, KKJZ HD3, Long Beach, Los Angeles. Welcome back to episode 165 of Beyond the Ropes. I am your host, Ethan, joined alongside analyst James Williams and producer Rob Flores. You can find me on Twitter at EthanM85. You can follow James at
JHW Reporter.
And you can follow Rob at
Rob Flores Media.
And you can follow the show at Real BTR Radio. Let's get into, I guess, some news that happened earlier today as we were recording this, coming from Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Do you have the tweets pulled up, or should I pull them up?
No, I'll do that right now. I did see him earlier. Good old Hacksaw. Anyways, apparently Hacksaw Jim Duggan had emergency surgery. Was it this morning? I guess it was this morning, right?
Was this 10 hours ago that was a tweet?
Yeah, so he had emergency surgery. I'm not entirely sure what it was. I know he had cancer a couple years back, and I believe he's on the other side of it, and has been for some time now. But anyways, so 6 hours ago, he's laying in a hospital bed or gurney with this trademark thumbs up. I'm sure he said "Hey-o" instead of cheese in the picture. But he
look for the one before it. It was 10 hours, the first one.
I was just looking We're clicking. He's down bad. Okay, I just scrolled through one from the other, and he's awake and then he's down. Back where we don't want to be. Please pray for Jim and his doctors as they have emergency surgery. Thank you, Deborah. Anyways, a smile back on the face of Jim Duggan, and good vibes, good thoughts, and thank you for the prayers. You can keep them coming in. So, yeah, I mean, Jim looks good, so I'm not sure what the deal is, but I'm sure something's going on. Just part of getting old, I guess. Anyways, sending positive vibes and thoughts towards Jim Duggan. I don't see a 2x4 in the photo, so I am a little concerned about that, but glad to hear that he's doing okay.
Probably wasn't unable to take the weapon into the hospital. So,
or maybe the 2x4 is taking the photo.
That's true. That's potential.
You know who Jim Duggan's 2x4's cousin from another auntie is?
No.
Clank from Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Oh my god.
And Rob mentions Sting's bat, also a relative of the family. It's a famous family.
Finley's Shillelagh's over there, foreign cousin.
He's their foreign cousin. Yep.
Mm-hmm. The kendo stick I hear is
Yep. You know, Sandman's cane, and yep, they're all related. The Wood family. Last name is Woods.
Xavier Woods is also related to them.
He's also, and yes, he is, and he has a big match coming up here. That match
it's already happened, but yes,
would have already happened. Talk about it.
Foley's Barbie. Yes.
Wait. Can I give a vacation? I mean, a prediction.
Go ahead.
Because we talked about it last week. Obviously, Crown Jewels, like, it's on a Thursday or something this week, so it kind of whacks out the schedule a little bit. But so we're looking at Finn Balor and
Xavier
Woods, and this is not what I expected this match to be. I thought there was no way they were gonna. I thought there was no way they were gonna have this match happen. Who did Finn beat?
He beat everyone.
Who did he beat in the semifinals?
The last opponent he had was Sami Zayn.
Yeah, did you watch these matches? How does Sami Zayn lose? I'm out covering high school football. I'm doing the people's work. I'm counting on you to recount some of these.
Well, I know him and Saudi Arabia don't get along. So.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So that's how he lost.
That's how you knew. Yeah. How did I forget about that? So you mean to tell me that you knew this last week and you let me go ahead and make these predictions and things knowing damn well I was going to be wrong?
Hold on. First off, before I answer that, Rob's still trying to give presents over here. The Dudley's Tables, Foley's Barbie, and Education Kazoo.
When he mentioned the kazoo, which is not wood, I stopped reading them. I'm like, right. Sir, the kazoo is plastic or metal. Am I wrong? What?
It's one of those.
It's not wood. I know that.
They might have some wood ones.
Yeah, maybe, but not Edge and Christians. Edge and Christians came from like a Cracker Jack box.
Anyways, yeah, Sami Zayn. I mean, I thought you knew, sir. You should know this. You're the analyst.
I forgot because it was only a one-time thing. Like it was only brought up the last time. And there was a pandemic. They weren't in Saudi Arabia during the pandemic, so it was like 2 years ago.
I guess.
What do you mean, you guess?
Well, technically, I think they were there last year in February. I think.
No.
Yeah,
because they remember.
Wasn't it? Oh no, maybe not.
No, because they didn't do. They canceled the. They were limited on a WrestleMania last year too. There's no way they did.
Well, no, this is before.
I'm sure they would have wanted to.
I'll have to look that up. Anyways, other unfortunate news this past week: Impact Wrestling stars Ace Austin and Gia, who are in a relationship, Ace Austin, former X Division champion, and Gia is I believe, a backstage announcer, interviewer. They woke up to a fire this past weekend. I don't know if you heard about that. Here's a description. At approximately 9:30 a.m. on the morning of October 18th, Georgia Lee, or as some of you know me as Gia, was awoken by the distinct smell of smoke and a terrifying realization that our second-story apartment was on fire. Not only that, the fire had originated on the front porch, nearly trapping us inside. We went running through the flames, where we were met with a community of people rushing to our sides to get us to safety. Mere seconds from being trapped, Austin, aka Ace, and I escaped our home that was now engulfed in flames and smoke. All of our belongings, including our sweet cat Selena, that had hidden out of fear, were trapped inside. By some miracle, our baby girl was found alive and well, buried under the ceiling and roof that had collapsed on top of her, shielding her from the flames and smoke. We are physically okay. Our little family is reunited. As for our home, it is gone. Something we worked so hard to build over the last year and a half, gone in minutes. We do not know what was able to be saved, if anything. So they started a GoFundMe. They've already garnered.
No way.
What happened?
Ethan is, Rob is still going, and he just mentioned Perry Saturn's Moppy.
Sir.
He's talking about a fire, and you're mentioning damn Moppy.
All right, moving on. But
no. So
no,
I'm impressed with the cat being saved. That's
They took her to the vet. I saw the post. They posted it. She said everything's gonna be fine. So that's good. Good for them. They had a GoFundMe of a goal of $5,000. Obviously, if they lost everything, and its impact, they're probably not getting paid a whole lot. The impact doesn't like to pay people. No,
you could have said you could never.
But seriously, no. Seriously, they've $28,444 has been donated out of the $5,000 goal. I believe Jericho donated like $2,500. Scott D'Amore donated $5,000, which is a top donation. Several other wrestlers donated as well. I believe Zack Ryder $500 or something like that. So everyone's helping them out. They also said basically any extra money that they do have is going to be sent or donated to the other families that lost their home in that apartment complex. So some good things there.
1,000 for the rest of them.
No, but Ace did say everyone who donated, he said he's going to find a way to pay them back. We'll get something in return. So they seem very grateful. So thankfully they're okay. Their kitty is okay. That's great. And hopefully they get back up on their feet. Bound for Glory is this weekend. I'm sure they both are booked on that show. So I can imagine they probably have to figure things out there. But they're well.
On a lighter note, he might have to wrestle 10 matches to get some extra money in there. We're bad. We're bad. Cut this out. Cut this part off of the show. Anyways, glad to hear they're doing well, and again, glad the cat's okay. That's kind of a crazy story. Usually, it's kind of worst case scenario and something like that. Yeah. So glad to hear that everyone did make it out okay. I actually was clicking through an article, and this one was from WrestlingNews.co. Just to kind of follow up on Hacksaw Jim Duggan real quick. It said the former WWE star had dealt with health problems in recent years. In 2018, he was admitted to the ICU when his heart went into AFib, an irregular heartbeat, and later had a heart procedure in 2019. So it's not clear if that is related to this or what the deal is, but maybe that's something that may have played a factor there. Again, based on the first tweet where she said we're back in the ICU again. So it wasn't their first time in there. So maybe it was a reference to that. But anyways, glad to hear that Hacksaw Jim Duggan's doing well. The good folks over at Impact are doing well. And
you know who isn't doing well, yeah. James?
Yeah, your guy, Mr. Knight there, because he's the host apparently, and he's not in a match. He's the bum.
That's not what I was going to get to, but since you mentioned it, say it with me, James. The host of Halloween Havoc, the huge special event, is, say it with me,
Knight?
Mr. Knight.
Knight.
No, it's an honor to be a host. Are you kidding me? Shotzi was a host last year. Come on, everybody likes Shotzi. So why not LA Knight?
Really?
Sure.
I mean, they just didn't have nothing for her, and they just said, "Who's the scariest looking person in this locker room?"
So now you're insulting Shotzi out of nowhere. You just turned heel on her.
Yeah, sure, why not? I mean, I was talking about LA Knight, but sure.
LA Knight's a great personality. He's a reliable force.
He can be a great personality all he wants, but can he get it done in the ring? No, he cannot.
He can.
He got jobbed out to
he beat
Cameron Grimes.
Well, no, he beat that Odyssey Jones guy, that Odyssey Jones fellow.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's a big victory there.
He's just because he's at the bottom.
Where is Cameron Grimes, by the way? He's trying to get a date, and he's listening to advice from what's his name? Waller. What's his name? Grayson Waller over there.
I don't even know.
Exactly. He's working with bums.
I know, because you put anyone Cameron Grimes, and Cameron Grimes is gonna make him start.
It's debatable.
It's just a long process. That's all. He'll get there though.
Mm-hmm. He's a bum.
Speaking of NXT, you have 606,000 people that tuned in to watch that last episode of NXT. And just to kind of wrap up some of these final numbers here, Raw was 1.5 or almost 1.6 million, and Dynamite was 727,000.
Wait, how much?
You have more? I had Dynamite at 727,000.
That last week's episode? Oh, that was Saturday. Okay, I was like, why is it so low? It was on Saturday.
And why did they move around?
I think a baseball game or something. I don't know. Football game? Something.
Wait, what is
TNT?
Basketball, maybe.
I didn't even know basketball's going.
Basketball started yesterday, but they might have had a big preseason game or something.
Potentially.
So that's something to keep an eye on. Things are going to start bouncing around that way. So I'm not. I guess AEW just moves to Saturday, and there's no. Ooh, that's got to be confusing if you got to bump the show now behind your other show.
It's interesting to say the least.
Yeah, I would imagine so. All right, so what else did you have on NXT?
Halloween Havoc. Let's talk about the matches. Let's talk about the triple threat happening, the tag match between Toxic Attraction, my new favorite trio, JC Jane and Gigi Dolan, versus Indy Hartwell, formerly of The Way, of course married to Dexter Lumis. And
what do you mean formerly of The Way?
I don't know if they're really going. They kind of just dropped it almost. Now she has a partner.
I think she tweeted it though. Candice LeRae tweeted her and said, "Oh, like carry on for me" or something like that.
She sent her her action figure, signed it. She signed it, mom, too. So
there you go. So why do you say former then?
I mean, it seems like they're kind of separating Indy.
No, you kind of are cutting her out.
Well, they put her with a different partner.
You can't just go ahead and start cutting people out of families. Well, how would you like if someone cut you out of your own family? He's over here shrugging his shoulders like, well, all right. There's that. Maybe. All right. Fair enough.
Oh my goodness.
Go watch on the YouTube channel. Just go watch the YouTube channel. Anyways, yes, as you were saying.
Indy Hartwell and Persia, I forget her last name. And then as well as the tag team champions, Zoe Stark and Io Shirai.
And
I mean,
it's kind of a random kind of tag team. I thought I caught a segment of theirs live, or maybe it was a video. I think they were backstage with Indy Hartwell, but I don't know. It wasn't doing anything for me. But I'll go. Are we gonna make a pick right now?
Let's
I know
do
we
it.
got like a minute left. I'm gonna go with Indy Hartwell. It seems like they got a little bit of the momentum, where they're like the kind of the new tag team, and you want to continue to do something a little bit more with Indy.
We're gonna go with since she was already a tag team champion. Indy was. We'll go with Toxic Attraction.
Oh, right. Okay.
I think they're gonna put all the gold on them, all the gold on them. So.
Oh, right, because that's Mandy's group, huh?
Mandy's gonna go after that NXT Women's Championship. I'm going with Mandy as well.
Mandy, huh? Who's Mandy? Mandy and who?
Raquel Gonzalez, the NXT Women's Champion, sir.
Really? You're gonna do that? I mean, I know she had a match with Monet, but that's what I'm saying. When you said
I believe there's
Mandy
a stipulation.
Rose winning it,
There's
that's
a
why I was
stipulation
kind of
to it.
What is the stipulation?
We'll talk
You'll
about
talk about it
when we return right here on Beyond the Ropes. We are 22S Radio. 22S Radio is 22smedia.com and 88.1 FM, KKJZ HD3, Long Beach, Los Angeles. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 165 of Beyond the Ropes. I'm your host, Ethan, joined alongside the analyst, James Williams, and producer Rob Flores. As you can see in my background, look at this season 8 logo. Maybe we'll put that on a t-shirt. I don't know. Sell some shirts. You can find us at Real BTR Radio on Twitter as well. At Ethan Army85, at
JHW Reporter,
and at
Rob Flores Media,
and Facebook.com/Beyond the Ropes, as well as YouTube. Just search up Beyond the Ropes and you'll find more nonsense from James over here. Hopefully one of these days he'll acknowledge his tribal chief, Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I do. His name's Cameron Grimes.
No. But speaking about NXT, as you mentioned, Grimes, who is not in any way a part of Halloween Havoc because who needs him? Of course, LA Knight's in there. So let's talk about
because they had to get no. They had to give Cameron Grimes the night off, but that's the only person that can make LA Knight look good. So in order to keep LA Knight on the show, they made him the host and Cameron Grimes, because Cameron Grimes needs a day off. You see his back hurts from carrying LA Knight this whole year.
I don't think so, sir. Alternative facts. All right, let's talk about the NXT Women's Championship match. Mandy Rose versus Raquel Gonzalez. If I'm not mistaken, they spun the wheel and made the deal already.
They did. Yes, they did.
So
they got the Punjabi prison match, no? Was it even on the wheel? Was Punjabi prison match even on the wheel?
I don't believe so. Hold on, let me look at
Crown Jewel. This is the point. I get it.
what? No, it's not Crown Jewel. But let me look back at the tweets. Another match that was confirmed was Imperium versus MSK, and they will spin the wheel, make the deal on Tuesday, I believe, for Halloween Havoc.
Are they saying spin the wheel, make the deal? Are they doing that?
Yes, they are.
Wow, they're saying that.
They are saying it.
But that was the WCW thing, right?
It was a WCW thing. Also confirmed, Lash Legend will have her special edition of Lashing Out. Have you watched her?
Oh, who's that?
She does a little talk show.
Not familiar with it.
Pretty good.
Okay. I'll check her out then.
Mm-hmm. So let's see. We've got LA Knight as a host here, of course. It's going to be a Stairway to Hell ladder match for this NXT Women's Tag Team Championships.
So it's just a ladder match.
Toxic Attraction. Well, it's scary.
Not me laughing out loud in the freaking UCLA campus. You're gonna get me kicked out? No, not really. But
mean,
You're,
sir?
you're funny. You're
I am
funny.
I am very funny. Thank you. Thank you for acknowledging that. Can you
So
acknowledge
you're
Roman Reigns now?
No, your predictions are funny too.
All right.
Was that an NBA player?
No, it's Adam Cole.
I love how you went to the Adam. Like, no, that's Adam Cole. Like, one, Adam Cole looks nothing like an NBA player, and two, the fact that you had to bring him up in that manner because he's obviously irrelevant on the show he has jumped ship to says a lot.
The whole show is irrelevant. It's not his fault.
Oop. Very nice.
NBA player, who are you talking about? You talking about
I
LA
don't know. I
Knight?
just
Because he's on the top rope here?
no, I don't know. You're going through the background.
Day?
Damn, right there. I thought that was I thought Xavier Woods was an NBA player going for a basket, but he's holding the title up.
Are you saying all athletes look alike, James?
In the NBA, more often than not, yeah.
All right.
Am I wrong?
I don't watch NBA, so I don't know.
Yeah, just believe me. Believe me when I tell you.
Sola Sikoa, the youngest Uso, will be making his debut at Halloween Havoc. We talked about him last week. He's gonna make his debut.
Wasn't he literally just signed last week?
Well, you know they're trying to sign and immediately put them on TV. Apparently,
I guess. But so what is he debuting? What match is he going to be in, or what?
No match. I'm sure it'll be a squash match. It was just announced he would make his debut. So,
jeez, they're really just pushing anybody.
Apparently, so.
They'll be in and out of the bloodline in a month. Or what do they call themselves?
The Bloodline.
Oh yeah, okay, I was right. I just make sure. I didn't know if they call like Blood Brothers.
So I guess they're gonna spin the wheel on next week on Halloween Havoc for the women's title match.
Okay.
As well as a tag team title match. So, who do we have for the women's championship match? I don't know the stipulations, so.
You said that was like Mandy Rose and Raquel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I gotta go with Raquel. What's Raquel for me?
Rob, who do you have?
Rob.
Who are the two again?
Raquel Gonzalez and Mandy Rose.
Gonzalez.
How dare you? Toxic Attraction is the number one draw in NXT right now. I've got to go Mandy Rose on this.
Really?
Yep. MSK versus Imperium, and it will also be spin the wheel, make the deal.
Is it Imperium and MSK?
Mm-hmm.
Give me Imperium, please. I just don't get MSK.
Well, you're not cool.
They're not cool.
You're not.
What does MSK even mean?
They explained it to us, but then it was interrupted by the Imperium footage. So that one time.
There you go. So they don't know either.
They explained it. Looked like a thorough explanation too.
I mean, it don't matter.
I've got Imperium. I think they're overdue for some gold. Even though they were NXT Tag Team Champions before, actually. They lost to Breezango. It was a brief reign, I think, so that's why I forgot about it during the pandemic era. So, Rob, who do you have?
MSK.
MSK, okay. And in the main event for the NXT Championship, not a spin the wheel, make a deal match. Disappointed in that. It will be Tommaso Ciampa defending against Braun Breaker.
I think that's how you want it. Because, you know, I'm going to go with Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker's going to be your new champion. And you just want him to pin Ciampa right there in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3. Why not?
Rob, who do you have?
Same.
Who?
The same.
The same.
Oh. I mean, it seems like they're probably going to go all the way with the NXT 2.0. Where does that leave Ciampa? I don't know. I'll go with Braun Breaker as well.
And then Johnny Gargano just came back too, right? I didn't even know.
Came back, and it looks like he's challenging that Carmelo Hayes for the North American title. So not confirmed as a match. Probably might happen 2 weeks from now or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But should be interesting. By the way, LA Knight and Grayson Waller actually had a match where the winner would host Halloween Havoc. So LA Knight wins matches, sir.
I don't even know who the other guy was.
He competed. He lost to Roderick Strong a few weeks ago for the Cruiserweight title. It's fine. He's a solid competitor.
So, I mean, not if he keeps losing all his matches.
It is what it is.
You know, but I'm just saying, you know, they try to give LA Knight all these little wins against people I've never heard of. But you put him in the ring one-on-one, Cameron Grimes, can't get the job done. What can I say?
Grimes lost to Pete Dunne 2 weeks ago, sir.
Hey, not so loud. Not so loud. Not so loud.
All right, let's talk about Rhea Ripley losing her gear. Or technically had it stolen.
Did she say she had it? I didn't hear her say she got it stolen, but I mean, how do you lose the duffel bag?
It was taken. So I mean, she didn't leave it anywhere as far as I know. I think it was taken. So
it's tough.
Yeah, she lost her gear. Her lovely gear. She posted about it. The title. She was holding a different title this past week on Raw. I'm sure it was a television one that they used.
Yep.
So
yeah, it was just crazy. I mean, that's why they have multiple titles.
Mm-hmm.
So she didn't walk out with the no title, but yeah, that's kind of a bummer. I mean, kind of weird though. If that's really kind of the only set you have, I would imagine someone like a Bianca Belair carries 2 sets, you know, especially considering she makes a new one every week or whatever, right?
I mean, they could have been in the same bag though.
Good point.
See, I would have separated them. You know, have one in your carry-on backpack, have one in your main luggage, just in case you have a spare. You know?
I mean, but the thing for her anyways, it's she just wears leather pants.
And she was able to borrow someone else's leather pants, Damian Priest.
Yeah, because they just so happen to be the same size.
I looked at, I'm like, it looks like it's just her gear. What?
It didn't look any different. Huh? They probably always share the same.
They're good friends.
Are they?
Yeah, that too. And
I mean,
Riddle.
I'm not surprised.
And Riddle.
Oh, really?
They're always taking pictures with each other.
Well, I know Riddle and Damian Priest were on the they were on Xavier Woods' show about something Nintendo Switch stretching or did you see that? No. It was doing a resistance band over your head or something. It's pretty interesting.
Interesting. Let's talk about Seth Rollins.
On purpose?
He's great.
He's great.
I didn't have any segue to that. I mean, I just wanted to acknowledge Seth Rollins.
Obviously.
Probably put Edge into retirement.
Oh no!
We'll find out on next week's episode. So.
Yeah, is
Hell in a Cell.
That one's the Hell in a Cell match. Yeah.
Technically, it could be called the Punjabi prison since it's in Saudi Arabia.
It's gonna be in the Punjab, which just sounds kind of nasty when you think about it. I'll be quiet. I'm trying to know what else. I'm sure there's something interesting that happened.
Mustafa Ali is gonna end that streak. He tweeted out a picture of the Undertaker when he lost his streak at Mania.
Lord. Now remember, this happened. What was I gonna say? Where was I going with this? I forgot. Oh, but it is like the first time two Muslims have wrestled.
Yes. Mustafa Ali is
one-on-one against
actually
each other.
Mustafa Ali is actually going to donate all his earnings from the show. So,
But now Mansoor, he needs to make his money because he
No.
only wrestles once a year.
this is probably the only time he's going to win.
It's the only time he ever wins. He gets that big little WrestleMania looking check.
Yeah, let's talk about Dark Side of the Ring. Thanks for bringing that up, Rob. Did you watch the Luna Vachon one?
I haven't, but I've seen a whole lot of kind of, yeah. I mean, I've heard quite a bit about it. I know Gangrel came out with something that I wanted to watch on that.
Mhm.
Well, what did you? It'll probably be a while before I actually end up watching it, so you're not spoiling anything for me. So, did you get to watch it, or
I did.
how was it?
Interesting episode, to say the least. I didn't grow up watching Luna. I was too young, so I don't know a whole lot. I know of her. I've obviously seen her, some of her videos and stuff. Like,
You don't ever remember seeing her live or anything, though?
Nope.
Like you never saw her on TV or anything?
Maybe, but I'm too young. I don't.
You didn't
remember.
see? Oh yeah, you are. How old are you again? 25.
Yes, you remembered. Look at
Oh
that.
yeah. See, so you got a couple of years then, huh? Because I was gonna say there's the oddities. She was part of that.
I know she was
You
with
remember that?
Goldust.
She was with Goldust. I remember that. You don't remember any of those?
No, I really don't.
I do. I didn't
You're
actually
old,
figure-
sir.
I know. My birthday's actually this week, I think,
You think?
on Sunday. Anyways.
Oh, we gotta celebrate. We're gonna sing happy birthday to James, everyone.
Celebrating means you want me to like bring you some birthday cake or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
I'm off that day. We could party.
What'd you say?
I'm off that day. We could party.
Not me. Straight to
Working,
work.
sir.
Yeah, I'm always working.
Mm,
Where was I going with this?
Luna.
Yes, Luna. I didn't actually figure Luna. I remember seeing her on TV. She had a very deep voice, and I didn't know she was actually married to Gangrel before he was actually even really wrestling. Like he used to just hang out backstage.
Yeah.
So
They met
So
when he started training, actually.
Okay.
And he wanted nothing to do with her. She was crazy.
yeah, I don't blame him.
But then obviously they fell in love and were married for like 10 years at least or something. I didn't know she had a son named Van, who was actually on season
Van
7.
Hammer from Raven's Flock?
No. No.
Carry on.
Van from Hell's Kitchen, season 7.
Really?
I remember watching that season. I remember he was pretty big personality. Not Luna levels, but he had a personality on the show. He's I guess a celebrity chef, so interesting there. We talked about Luna. I know she had drug problems, substance abuse problems. She was depressed.
Did a lot of that? I know Sable's been kind of mentioned quite a bit. Was that part of it? Was that stemmed from that? I know there was a problem with the shit that kind of carried Luna or how to carry Sable.
Sable just didn't want to learn how to wrestle. I know Jim Cornette. If you listen to the review Jim Cornette did, he'll explain that as well.
Yeah, I've been meaning to watch that.
She basically, the whole story is she was in the wrong era. Basically, they only had her as a manager in the WWF. Obviously, if she were alive today, with today's work, she would be a star. She never won the WWF Women's Championship. Medusa stated that she was willing to lay down for her to win the title, and Luna didn't want to win it that way. So
I mean, why couldn't they just have a match? Like, what she got to lay down for? Like, just have the match.
Well, they had the match, but I guess the plan wasn't for her to drop it. So, she was willing to lay down and have her just win it because she's like, the women's division was messed up. They weren't going to do anything about it anyways. So if they fired us, we would have, whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's interesting how she was adopted from her father.
I didn't know
Um,
that.
Yeah,
You know, she had an uncle, Mad Dog Sean,
Mhm. Was her uncle.
was in the
But it's an interesting watch for sure. Go check it out.
Go watch that one.
Next week's episode, we're talking the greatest Super Showdown, Crown Jewel, the real life Halloween Havoc, and
And
the other Halloween Havoc on NXT as well.
Braun Breaker is going to be the new NXT champ.
And we will all acknowledge our tribal chief, Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
And that's
Braun
too
Breaker.
sweet.
Braun.